You ever wonder if that time you're spending at the gym or on a run could be doing more than just shaping your body? What if, with every step, you were literally building a better, sharper brain? Well, today we're going to dive into the incredible science that connects moving your body to upgrading your memory. And let me tell you, it might just change how you think about exercise forever. So let's start with the most basic question. What makes a memory actually stick? I mean, think about it. We're flooded with information all day long. Why do we remember one random conversation from years ago, but forget what we had for lunch yesterday? Well, it turns out our brains are not just passive recorders, they're expert curators, constantly deciding what's important enough to keep. And according to neuroscientist Dr. Wendy Suzuki, that decision process really boils down to 4 key things. First, novelty. Our brains are hardwired to pay attention to new stuff. Then there's repetition. You know this one? Practice makes permanent. Third is association, linking new information to something you already know. And finally, the big one, emotional resonance. It's why you never forget your first kiss or a huge life event. These are the rules of the game for our memory.
Okay, so to understand how our brain actually uses those rules, we need to pop the hood and look at the hardware. There's one specific part of the brain that's running the whole show. Meet the hippocampus. Isn't that a cool name? It literally means seahorse because of its funny curved shape. And this little seahorse is absolutely essential for forming new long-term memories. You know, the facts, the faces, the stories of your life. Without it, you'd basically be trapped in the present, unable to hold on to any new personal experiences. And I love how Dr. Suzuki puts it. She says the hippocampus defines who we are. Just think about that. Every memory that makes you, you, from vacations to conversations to that book you loved, it was all put together right there. It's the architect of your entire life story. So, where does exercise fit into all this? Well, this huge scientific connection wasn't discovered in some sterilized lab. It actually came from one scientist's personal journey of burnout and an incredible aha moment. See, while she was pushing to get tenure at NYU, Dr. Suzuki's whole life was just work, nonstop. And it took a toll. She was super stressed and gained 25 pounds. The real wake-up call, though, was a river rafting trip where she felt like the weakest person on the boat. That was it. She decided to make a change. For the next year and a half, she became a total gym rat, lost the weight, and just felt happier. And that's when something totally unexpected happened. She is sitting in her office one day working on a grant proposal. You know, the kind of stressful work that had defined her life for years. And this one simple thought just pops into her head. Grant writing went well today. It was so strange because she hadn't had a thought like that in, well, forever. And it wasn't just a fluke. She realized her focus was way sharper. She could recall tiny details from dozens of different research papers. A classic job for the hippocampus, right? She thought about her life. What had changed? The only big thing, the only new variable, was her exercise routine. And that's when the scientist in her had this huge light bulb moment, kicking off a whole new direction for her research. So, what was actually happening inside her brain to make everything click so much better? This is where we get to the really cool part. The beautiful neurochemistry that Dr. Suzuki perfectly describes as giving your brain a wonderful bubble bath. A key player in this bubble bath is an amazing protein called BDNF. That stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. The easiest way to think about BDNF is like fertilizer for your brain. It literally helps you grow brand new brain cells, and it's especially powerful right in the hippocampus, the very place we need it for memory. So how do you get this miracle grow for your brain? You just move your body. It's that simple. When you exercise, your muscles and your liver release a bunch of helpful stuff into your bloodstream. These little helpers travel all the way up to your brain, pass right through the protective blood-brain barrier, and basically flip a switch to start cranking out more of that awesome BDNF. And that's why the bubble bath metaphor is just so perfect. Every single time you work out, you're not just working your muscles, you're giving your brain a soak in mood-boosting chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, and you're releasing that incredible brain-building protein BDNF. You are literally actively making your brain better with every session. All right, so what does this actually mean for you and your workout routine? What kind of exercise gives you the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to your brain? The great news is that even a little bit goes a long way. Just a 10-minute walk can give you an immediate mood boost from that bubble bath of good-feeling neurochemicals. But if you want those long-term structural changes, if you really want to build a bigger, stronger hippocampus with BDNF, you got to get your heart rate up.
That means cardio is the real game changer for improving memory and attention. And of course, she proved this in her lab. She took a group of adults who barely exercised and had them do a spin class 2 to 3 times a week for 3 months. And the results, they were amazing. Not only did their mood improve, but their attention got way better, and most importantly, they got significantly stronger on memory tasks that are directly tied to the hippocampus. It worked.
So what if you're already pretty active? Does it still help? Oh yeah. A follow-up study showed that the more you exercise, the bigger the benefits. People who upped their workout game saw even bigger boosts to their mood and memory. The lesson here is so clear. Every single drop of sweat counts. Now, this isn't just about having a better memory tomorrow or next week. This is about protecting your brain for the rest of your life. It's about building what scientists call your cognitive reserve. Just picture this, all that exercise, all those brain bubble baths full of BDNF, they are literally building you a bigger, fatter, fluffier hippocampus. A brain that's stronger, more robust, and more resilient is way better equipped to handle the natural challenges of aging and protect against disease. And the long-term proof for this is just staggering. There was a huge study that followed Swedish women for 40 years. They measured their fitness in their 40s and then checked on their brain health when they were in their 80s. The difference was night and day. The women who were highly fit in middle age had dramatically better cognitive function 4 decades later. How much better, you ask? On average, the high-fit group gained 9 extra years of good cognitive health later in life. Just let that sink in. 9 more years of sharpness, clarity, and memory. That is the incredible power of investing in your brain's health your whole life. So the science really couldn't be clearer. The benefits start immediately, and they can last a lifetime. Moving your body is one of the most powerful things you can do for your brain, period. Which really only leaves one question. What's your brain's bubble bath going to be today?